Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal, man. I'm back in the building for another episode of the show, and I appreciate you guys for joining me. We got people already in the chat room. Shout out to everybody already in the chat room, ready to get things started. Already. Shout out to all the people in the chat room. We got Kenny Nichols, Astrid, Hola, Muddy Wolf. Who else is in here? El Yeti, Cali Girl, Arresto. Who else in the Astro? What's up? Gerardo, been a minute, man. Need a life soon. What's up? DK Trades, SC Trucker. What's going on, everybody? Bad Scientist. What's up, man? Yes, indeed. Brian Brown. Sale Baptiste. What's up, man? Let us know. Call me up and let me know what was that bad day about. Kenny Nichols. Donald Hawkins. Q-Tech. Rohan Smith. Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, joining me. Let's go ahead and get the day started, man. I'm getting pissed off with these real slow-ass days, man, in the market. You know, I'm getting real pissed off. These slow-ass days where there's ain't shit to trade, man. I mean, I got shorts, but you know, I need some like real heavy runners. You know what I'm saying? Like something where it's like, you know, 60% in one day or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Stockboy Dino, what's up? DJ Rob. Yeah, today was slow as hell, man. You know, I had people talking about Angie's List. We talked a little bit about that last night. Here's the daily chart on Angie's List. As you guys know, Angie's List got bought out. Again, shout out to Angie making her money on her business. You know, been a multi-millionaire several times over, but this was the first time that she sold everything. So she's out the picture now. She's cashed out. She's cashed out the picture. And I saw people posting. I mean, how do you trade this? Here's the 5-minute chart in Angie's List. How do you trade that? I mean, I don't know. So for you guys who made some money in this, you let me know. I see you had one move in the stock. When did that happen? Like 1 o'clock, where you went from 950 to 980. But again, that wasn't the cheapest stock in the world. So I don't know. You let me know how you played this. I didn't see nothing there. What's up, Astrid? I see you guys. AMLH continues to do good things. Continue to do good things. Up 1.22% today. Nice trend continuing. USRM pulls back today again. I don't know. I feel like USRM is kind of, I don't know. It's still hanging up there, so we got to keep watching it. I got another company to introduce to you guys today. You guys might find it interesting. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm going to start doing that every day, kind of introducing you to one OTC company every single day with a little video that they put out. And get your take on it. 704, you're on the air. What's up? Oh, one second here. Let me get my Skype up. Hold on. There we go. 704. Hey, doing good, Astrid. How are you?
Good. I fell asleep on the show last night.
Oh, so, man, I hope that doesn't mean anything about how I like my show or anything. Is
no, it? No. I've just been, working all day, then taking care of kids, and then, just up late. So, I just figured I'd call in early because who knows what time I'm going to fall asleep tonight.
Yeah.
But, yeah, USRM, I don't know. I still have that. I actually sold half of my position to take my shares. To take my profits.
Okay.
And I'm left with about 3,000 shares. And, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling like, if it goes up and I have some more profits, I think right now I'm like negative like $10 or or $10 or $15 or something like that because I bought it a few times. I think I'm just going to take my profits and be out.
Okay.
I don't know. My instincts are telling me to just take them and be out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this whole FDA approval and all that stuff. And something you had mentioned on the show last night that I had actually been thinking about doing and I'm starting to do is really figuring out what my strategy is and what my thing is, because it's okay, like you said, to dibble and dabble here and there, but I noticed I was kind of all over the place. I was looking for trips, I was looking for sub-pennies, I was, I kind of didn't know what I was doing, so my focus right now is on trip plays.
Okay.
Because I work 8 to 5 and I'm in a busy environment, I feel that those are best for me because it doesn't require a whole lot of capital, and all it really needs is a catalyst or two for it to go up, and I can make some profits and then look for the next one. Today on two of mine, actually FCGD, I saw that it was up 100%, and then by the time I was ready to get my profits, I only put in $20, so I had my profits would have been $40 minus my fee.
Sure.
Somebody came by my desk and I had to get out.
Right.
So I kind of lost that moment. And then another one that I'm in, SANP, S is in Sam, Apple, Nancy, Paul.
Sonify.
Yeah, I got into that one at 222. And again, I saw, when I looked real quick, I had made, like $50. But again, I wasn't in a position to, just because my day was just really hectic today. So it's those type of things, on those two alone, I could have made, what's that, 50, minus the fee, like, about $70.
Okay.
So for me, that's good. And then, like you said, the money adds up and adds up and adds up until I can then really dive into some heavier things. So for me right now, that's my main focus, just, learning about these, how to play them, how to play them and how to make my money. And I'm still in film. I had mentioned before I got into that one too high. I never averaged down, so I'm just letting it ride. And if I can break even in that, that'll be cool. And then also, I know we were talking a little bit about AMLH on Sunday, and you had asked me about the 8K, so I wanted to get that information for you. And I know he had mentioned this before, but at the time I didn't remember it. So AMLH, it's an alternative reporting company, and it's not required, nor are they allowed to file an 8K. GGMN, which is would be the ticker, I believe, if he were to change the name. But he said, that's a corporate action, and they're not looking at that right now because they're trying to do so many other things. But they can't file one with regard to the merger.
Okay.
So that, I know you had asked me about that, and I wanted to get the answer. And then in terms of why the old CEO's name was on that document, so... Wait, I'm sorry. Something's beeping. I'm sorry. I got to lower down my other phone. The annual reporting for the financials that were submitted when they took over the company, the existing CEO didn't finalize those documents. So he then had to go and get them finalized from the CEO. So that's why that CEO's name was on those documents, because it's kind of what I had mentioned. That CEO had to finalize them.
Okay.
All right, so I just wanted to get those two questions answered. All right?
All right. Thank you so much, Astrid. Appreciate the call.
All right, good night. Bye.
Good night. All right, so Astrid clearing up the air with AMLH. I know some of you guys in here are also concerned about that one. The stock so far doing really well. On AMLH. Let me see. Did they get the stop sign? Okay, they still got the stop sign. I think the stock could really take off if they got that removed. That's got to drop here. All right, because I got an order waiting at a penny. Okay, because I think 1 to 2 is very, very possible. Very, very possible on that. 845, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Ken, it's Ken from New York. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in that AMFE. You talked about it last night. You're very impressed, but it had its biggest red candle in months today, and they're expected to put out their yearly financial report to show the year-on-year comparison. I think it's either this week or next week, and I'm not sure what to do. It's a tough decision. I'm in at 5 cents, so I have plenty of cushion.
Yeah. Man, have you thought about maybe taking, a percentage off the top here and paying yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
I should. Tomorrow morning, let's see what happens when it opens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with this recent price action, though, you might get some bottom feeding in here too. Opportunity for individuals who are saying, let me get in at a discount here. So if you do look to take that position, I think you'll be selling into some buying pressure, and that should be a good thing as well too.
Good. A couple more I wanted to go over with you tonight. The DOLV around 11 o'clock, the Rainmaker on iHub says, look, the QSIP number changed. The stock had really crashed. It was at 2.7 cents, and bang, it took off and closed at the high of the day. It was up for the day, 4.4. Do you like plays like this where we're like 50% below the yearly high? What do you think?
I like any play that's got serious momentum and investors who are excited about it. Again, I'm looking to, grab the quick percentage move or a multiple day move, or, if people are talking about it, especially on the OTC space, I want to, have at least something in it, because we know how, momentum and percentage gains can really add up over time, especially when we talk about, stocks like this.
Yeah, it's interesting. USRM, you're aware about the 10Q that came out at 7 tonight?
No, it came out at 7 o'clock. No, I did not aware about a 10Q that was just released on USRM. What does it state?
It was amazing. I believe the convertible debt is gone. Share count is down. People have been tweeting and talking about it all evening. It looks encouraging.
Okay. And is this as a stock you're in?
I am. I have a small position. I had reduced my position greatly on the run when it went from 5 to 18 cents.
Okay.
At one time, I had like 25,000 shares. I'm down to only like 5,000 shares. But I just want to always keep a small position, because the FDA makes that decisions in their favor. It's a type of stock that I believe can go up.
Yeah, I do
200,
see here.
400%.
Looks like, Twitter is really excited about USRM seeing these tweets tonight on the stock, and it looks good.
It does. It was very interesting yesterday seeing it all of a sudden out of nowhere bounce, because it down around 7 cents, and then around 11 a.m., bang.
Yeah. All right. Interesting.
Thank you.
USRM. All right. Well, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call, Ted.
Thank you. Enjoy your take care.
Appreciate it. So, Ted with the USRM news alert. Shout out to Ted and Astrid again. Thank you for the call. If that came out at 7 o'clock tonight, I wasn't watching that. We'll see how the market reacts to it, though. We will see how the market reacts to USRM's recent 10Q, showing yes, they did in fact settle that convertible debt. Convertible debt is gone. That's a huge thing. That means no dilution in the future here. 414, you're on the air. What's up?
Oh, hey, Sal, how you doing, man?
Doing good.
Great, man. I just had to call in. I've been watching your show for 5, 6 months now, and I don't know. I just felt I never really had the knowledge to call in and give an input, but I don't know if I just been lucky, but I've been hitting some really good tickers, man.
Okay. I mean, I mean, hey, you're on fire right now. Let us know what some tickers you're looking at that are promising.
Well, actually, today I was looking at ELED,
Yeah. Okay.
ELED, and
Yeah. That
I
one.
paper traded.
This one is on fire, man. This is very similar setup to the AMFE, but this one has not pulled back in several days. And today, here we go, another day of green in ELED, man. This is just keep going. And we talked about this yesterday. I talked about it on Sunday. I talked about it on Thursday. I talked about it on Tuesday of last week. I mean, this just keeps going, man.
Right. Yeah, I paper traded that. I made like $1,600 off of that today, man.
Shit, man. Shit. I mean, it definitely had the volume. If you did it in real life, you definitely had the volume to take that out if it was real money. Today, 18 million shares traded today in ELED.
Yeah, and I got another one too. Knocked it out of the park. It was TSSI.
ESSI. Yeah, this is another one too that was really interesting because I was actually looking at this as a short bound to $1, and I saw the price action this morning, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Now, I see there was no news released on it. What caused that huge move? Are you aware of that or no?
No, I was actually looking at another one.
Yeah, because this ESSI started right out the gate in the morning, boom, with some moves.
Yeah.
So I don't know if an email got sent out or what, but ESSI up on the day almost 30%.
Yeah, I made like 800-900 paper traded off TSSI today. One shout out to Stock God, man. I've been watching a lot of his videos, man, and he keeps it simple, and he keeps it real. He doesn't buy into the hype, all the extra stuff or all those indicators. He just loves his RSI and volume. That's what he do.
Yeah, shout out to Stock. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, most definitely, and because of that, I was able to paper trade and make a crazy gain today off of those two. Actually, pups also did pretty good today too, but I didn't trade it. I started to, but I didn't.
Now, what are you using to paper trade? I'm curious.
I'm using Stock Trainer. It's an app on Google Play.
Okay, yeah, that's a good app too. Good app.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing stocks for about 5-6 months now, and probably my biggest gainer was Buds, BUDZ. I bought that at 18 cents, like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
Got 5,000 shares of it, and it jumped all the way to $5 in 3 months, and I could have made $25K, man.
Yeah, Buds was an insane run. Late into the I think it was also part of that whole, marijuana legalization kind of run when, all these states were. Yeah. So yeah, Buds just went Pluto. It had very great share structure, low float. I mean, people were just really excited about that one at that time.
Yeah, but I see it's dying off now. But yeah. I guess everyone's waiting on the Trump and his little puppets to see what they're going to do for legalizing.
Sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I just want to call in, man, show some love, man. Man, your show is a blessing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Love the show, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you for calling. Hey, man, don't hesitate to call in with a contribution. All right.
All right, no doubt.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call. 414. Yeah, you guys, I know we got a lot of lurkers in here who think they're not smart enough to call in or embarrassed about, or they think they're going to be embarrassed in front of other traders and whatnot. Hey, look, we're just trading tickers. That's all we're doing here. You know what I mean? I'm not asking anybody to break down the formula to, the money flow index. I'm just asking you what's hot and what's not. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't know about you. I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't go to Yale. I'm just trying to get $1. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. Appreciate you for watching, sir. Henry M407 is talking about BDGN. BDGN, 86% gain on budget. What is that? Budget Center? What is that about? Budget Center? Never heard of this. Let me look at the daily chart here. Obviously, it's going Pluto over the last 2 days. Oh, this is last 2 days, and I don't remember talking about this yesterday. BDGN. Again, I don't know. I'm not seeing the values for number of trades or okay, volume 2.7 million. If that's right here, I'm seeing on OTC markets. Let's do, what is it about? Developing and operating budget category domain names in the online travel and related industries. Okay. So what? It's a publicly traded domain like real estate company? Because you got to understand, there are people who treat domain names like real estate. Although these things take years. I mean, you can sit on a domain name for years. So for that to really make sense, because I looked at that as a possible, business opportunity at one time. I mean, you can sit on a domain name for 5, 6, 7, 8 years and it'll never sell. So you've got to buy thousands upon thousands of domain names and kind of, hope to God that you get a phone call or an email with somebody interested. And of course, they're going to lowball the shit out of you. And you've got to be very careful to not come back with a bullshit response, or they'll just go ahead and instead of buying Flickr.com, they'll put Flickr, but they'll remove a couple letters. You know what I'm saying? And here you're out of luck, shit out of luck, and possibly a couple $100,000 because you decided to be greedy. So I don't like the business, but I mean, the stock's running. You're up 86.51%. Nice. All right. BDGN is the ticker. Looks like it's being promoted here. Let me see. Any updated financials at all? I don't think we have any updated financials as of recently. It is a stop sign stock, so unfortunately, okay, we do have some updated financials. Actually, we got the attorney letter that was just recently submitted on April 30th. So it looks like they are trying to update and get that stop sign removed. So that's very interesting there. So BDGN, watch that, man. Watch that. Because I'm seeing some filings that were just submitted here just April 28th. Annual report there on the 28th as well. All right. Yes, indeed. Tim Green, KIWB, Quickie Box. All right. Damn, okay. Shit. I'm not sure why Equity Feed didn't pick these up. You guys are putting up tickers. Equity Feed did not pick up. I'm surprised. KIWB is not on my biggest gainer list at all, with a 357% gain in one day for KIWB. Damn. 10 million shares traded. I'm not sure that's a lot. I don't know what that value is on triple 32. Let me see here. KIWB. What is that? No, yeah, it's not, definitely not pulling up on Equity Feed. All right. Yeah, I mean, AMD, I see somebody in the chat room talking about AMD. AMD was a disaster today. AMD was an absolute disaster today. I mean, I don't know what to say with this stock, man. That was horrible. For AMD to go through that, a stock that, for all intents purposes, does AMD really deserve on that news to lose 25% of its value? Almost 25% of its value in one day? I think you did buy this, but again, I'm not sure how aggressive the selling pressure is going to be in the morning. So you've got to be very careful because, you got some, no doubt about it, weak hands in AMD who came home from work today and now they're looking at their, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 position, and now they're down $300, $400 or whatever it is. and they're scared to death, and they've already put an order to sell tomorrow morning. Now, how many people have orders like that in the market waiting for you tomorrow? So you've got to be very careful if you're going to dip buy this, if you're going to play options on this. You know, I don't think this is bottom just yet. That's what I'm basically trying to say. I don't know if this is bottom just yet. You know, you might have another 4 or 5% to go. You know, based simply just on the morning to afternoon move. You know, just to be safe, I would wait till it actually starts to turn around and then swing it on the way back, you know, halfway back up. You know, and swing. Yeah, that's what I think I would do. Let me see. Let me see here on this this market cap here. You guys know I've been playing around with this market cap thing just because it's fun to use. And so yeah, it went from, the company lost, what is that? Yeah, company lost $3.4 billion worth of value today. $3.4 billion in value in AMD just disappeared in eight hours or whatever it was. Yeah, obviously you did buy this. I mean, because when I see stocks like, what was that stock that got shitted on yesterday, but everybody bought today? NTRP, I think it is. NTRP, which, by the way, you know, is operating out of a WeWork center, which is basically one of those like Regis offices where you like rent it for like $80 an hour or some bullshit like that. They're working out of something like that, but I think it's like $1,000 a month, and it's like, you know, it's kind of where, you know, startup companies work out of and shit. That company got shitted on over horrible data, but everybody bought into that today. You had huge dip buying in NTRP. So AMD, which is a company on a whole nother level, I mean, actual products, great products, you know, analyst coverage, tons of it. So yeah, you wait to bottom, you wait to find the bottom here, you know, there's profit here. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to, you know, beat the stock to death, but there's profit here to get into AMD. Just plain old common sense, but wait to the bottom. All right, wait to the bottom. Treasure Hunter, I see you tried to call me. Call me back, bro. Call me back. All right. What else? I know you guys saw dry shit on itself today as well, but I know you probably don't even care. Let me see. At one point, let me see. Is Dries? I think Dries is shitting on itself after hours. Hold on, excuse me. I think that's after hours. Where are we at after hours right now on Dries? Let me see here. Dries. Yeah, why are we down? Okay, hold on. For a second, we were down like 26%. I felt like for a second we were down 26% in Dries. Someone said free F popped. Oh, don't bring up free F. I'll get crucified in here bringing up free F. I actually saw that move, but I didn't want to bring it up. But yeah, free F. By the way, free F kind of restructured itself with a reverse split. If you guys remember, free F went all the way into the triples. I mean, it was like 0002 or 3, and then it did a split. What was that, a couple days ago? It did a split way back when. And let me zoom back in. There you go. And here we have free F now with 2 days of gains. But again, now, you know, nothing I would pay attention to. But some of you guys may will, because it does look like a revival pattern, a Foos 4 revival pattern. Treasure Hunter, you on the air? What's up?
What's up, Sal? What's up?
What's up,
hey,
man?
I seen that AMD, bro. I mean, it was like a couple of dollars drop.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was gonna try to get that on a dip too, man. But I was kind of almost scared to touch it. I didn't want to touch what was it, the falling knife? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the thing, man. That's my fear on AMD is that you jump in tomorrow, you might find yourself down 3-4%. Now over time, will you get back to that? Sure, but I mean, why would you even want to have to go through that kind of suffering to get to profit? So I would just wait till shit starts to turn around.
For sure. Remind me of the dry situation almost,
Yeah.
When it kept falling and falling and never found the bottom, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Man. But I was going to say, speaking of my little super slow gainers, they didn't do too bad today. TNTY was, I think it was one of them.
Hold on. What's that ticker again?
TNTY.
TNTY, True Nature. Okay, yeah, I remember you bringing up True Nature Holdings. Okay, look at that. Yeah, look at that, man. It's really following that line I made yesterday, and the very next indicator. I mean, the next candlestick is sitting right on the line. So, not bad, man. It is trending higher. So we'll see what it continues to do.
True. And another one that I was watching, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to stay up or what it's going to do, but, so I've been watching it like a sniper. I did pretty well on them. Was I got them for like 12 cents. Was it VMNT?
Okay, yeah, Vimenti. I do remember you bringing that up. Another nice candlestick with Vimenti. Yep, you brought that up yesterday too. Nice, 13% gain in that one today. Now, is this going on like a promotion? Did you get this through a promotional email or something?
Oh Lord, Sal, you remember last year? I can't, I don't go through all the details of the gains, the money I make since video number 1 and 2. Yeah, I mean not number 1, but it's kind of almost bragging. I don't want to brag. They'd be like, oh, a dick, I'm a dickhead, player hater, all that bullshit. So I just say the plays when I get in them super low and what I, how I do it,
Yeah.
Get it from the bottom, just, sit back and, relax so bad. Okay. But another one was, this is a little flip I did, I just had to read the charts and jump in. It was CSBR.
CSBR.
Yeah.
Champions Oncology. All right, decent day for that one. I do remember you bringing that up as well, too.
Yeah,
Champions
down here in South Florida.
Yeah, not bad here. I mean, very bearish though. I mean, like what do you? I mean, do you don't you?
It's just a flip flop. Just a little flip flop. Like I said, if it's season of green, keep me gains. I'm staying in, do my thing. If it's if I start losing gains, I'm gonna sell it. Fuck it, just start fishing on the boat or beat up my muscle truck or something like that. Take my anger out on the toys or whatever. But that's the plays of Treasure Hunter I got going on for now. See what's up. See how those guys do. The rest of the week.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
Anytime, man.
Yeah. Travis said Treasure Hunter's still the same. Bill Bet says yes. Man, for those of you guys who don't know the guy, I mean, he just kind of calls up, lets you know what he's looking at. He'll call back the next day, showing you the gains, but he doesn't actually ever tell you, what he does to find them or, how he even, what's his strategy or anything. I mean, so I know some people in here are kind of frustrated with that, but hey, can't interrogate the guy, so it is what it is. XFUL, people in the chat room bringing up Converde Energy, OTC play. 17% gain today. All right, decent volume this last 2.5 weeks or so on the stock. I don't know, man. What do you see in this? Here's the daily chart. Now, obviously, you've got the volume, but the price isn't going in the direction. People believe that volume leads price, but unfortunately this is going in the wrong direction here. So either we've got people converting debt into shares that are preventing the stock from moving, but I mean, you got a 17% day. That's not the candlestick you want to see, but 1.46 million, it can only do so much. All right. but you're down, from 4 cent from, what is that, April 12th. So, this is a stock that just hasn't really been very active, man. Hasn't been very active. Bill Bet, you saying it's being pumped right now? Okay. Yeah, they got to get more volume in here. They got to get more volume in here. XFUL, SC Trucker saying he's getting a lot of emails about it. Converte Energy. Matter of fact, let me go take a look at my email box. I'm probably not getting any emails about it, but because I don't recognize the ticker. Oh, shit, I am getting emails about it. From pennypicks.net. My newest alert is in energy. With the market trading at all-time highs, I think this is a very compelling play on infrastructure. All right. And he gives the ticker XFUL. Although the world is covered by 70% water, it's not an unlimited resource. A bulk of it is salt water, and it's rendered unusable in some industries. That in mind, most water needs to be treated before use, and some industries, such as traditional energy and renewable energy. Okay. If you guys really read some of these letters, it's full of shit. Oh, my God. American Energy Partners is a group of companies that deal in the energy and water space. Its subsidiaries own energy operations, as well as operate regional water treatment facilities that serve the energy industrial sector. All right, so I guess it's got some subsidiaries along with it. American Energy Partners, American Energy Solutions, Gilbert, and Hydration Company of Pennsylvania. All right, so yeah, shout out to the people in the chat room. I guess it is being promoted right now. So XFUL, take a look at it. Take a look at it. All right. He said, where do you sign up to get those emails? Hey, man, just sometimes create, like I said, I've got many videos on this. Create a dummy, email or Gmail account somewhere. Go to Google, type in Penny Stock Newsletter letters, and just sign up to all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just sign up to all that shit. If you're an OTC player, right? You like OTC stocks? You like these little lottery tickets, man? You gotta do that. FNCX. All right. Yeah, we got the doji yesterday, but nice move today to the going higher here on FNCX. I thought we saw a squeeze coming here, and if you guys remember, I marked that little triangle here, but not bad on FNCX. Kind of worried me when we saw the doji yesterday, but today you got the I would say, well, I wouldn't call it a hammer, but you got the candlestick you were looking for. So hopefully it stays up there on FNCX. Almost 14% gain on that stock today. Function Incorporated Entertainment Company. All right. Nice move, man. 8 cents. 8 cents for a stock that opened up at what, 65, 66? You actually had a ton of range in that too. You actually got as low as 60 and as high as 73. So you had a 13-cent swing intraday on that move with 2 million shares traded. That's a really good volume and really good profit if you know how to play that. Patrick Roberts with CDII. Here's another chart consolidating here. CDII OTC stock. Let me know what's going on in here. You're dropping in volume here. Volume's going in the wrong way. So CDII hanging by a thread here, but we'll see what can happen here. 1 cent share. Take care, Stock Got. FNBC. First NBC Bank. FNBC is going broke, remember? FNBC, they're going broke. I believe they're going broke. They're getting delisted. They are also looking to liquidate everything. But yeah, the bank is actually going through a run over the last couple of days. You got people running to that bank trying to get their money out. The FDIC has notified people that, you know, their accounts are safe and are going to be transferred to another bank, but this particular bank is going broke. So you just can't grab shares of it. I mean, look at that drop though, man, from $3, you know, from $3 on the 28th to now it's trading at less than 10 cents a share. I mean, that's wow, absolutely incredible. You know, you want to be in on a short like this. I mean, this is a shorter's dream right here. This is a shorter's dream. You know? But shout out, I mean, RIP to those investors who were in that stock. You know what I mean? It's a Louisiana bank. You know, they had to have some local investors, you know, living up the street from the bank who said, hey, this is a publicly traded company in my backyard. I support my state. I support my city. You know, I feel sorry for the people who, you know, were invested in this thing, man. Now, if they were smart, as you can see here, when the stock was, you know, at $24 and then dropped all the way to 16, I thought you hope you wanted to get out. But, you know, there's always a bag holder somewhere. Always a bag holder. PNTV, Players Network. Players Network is the same company that has, what's the name of that? Isn't it like weed.com or some bullshit like that? Some kind of multimedia cannabis website that they're operating. The guy's been on Money TV several times. Money TV is a nationally syndicated OTC penny stock show that nobody fucking watches. I mean, nobody fucking watches that show. And I've contacted Money TV several times. I said, like, man, you know, put a motherfucker on. You know what I'm saying? They've got, what's his name? David Bulgarin or whatever his name. They're on YouTube. Nobody fucking watches them. Nobody fucking watches them. But these OTC companies pay this guy as much as anywhere between $8,000 to like $15,000 to come on his show, which I believe is based out of Chicago. And it comes on, I think, on Sundays, Sunday afternoons on like church channels and, you know, shit like that. I mean, it's a fucking joke. Yeah, just look up Money TV. I mean, it's up there. It's got like 700 subscribers. Nobody fucking looks. And then all these OTC companies, all of them end up shitting on themselves. I mean, you know, but he does a good job of keeping a straight face and talking like these are like legitimate businesses that are really going to do something. And most won't. Most won't. PTN, female sex drugs, somebody's bringing up. Palatine Technologies. What do you mean by female sex drugs? Are you talking about a female version of, what's it called? The blue pill? I forgot the name of it off the top of my head right now. I don't know, but the thing about it is, like, you know, you're not going to have a lot of women running around to go use it. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have really women using it, even, you know, younger women using that shit. Viagra, there it is. Viagra. You know? They all, you know, they all think that, you know, because every girl thinks she's every man's dream. You know what I'm saying? That she's, you know, so to have a woman, you know, say that she needs, admit she needs a female version of Viagra, I don't know if women are willing to go that mentally that low, but, you know, maybe I'm I don't know, thinking too high of them, I guess. Apps, APPS. Yeah, apps, another good day for apps. Another good day for apps. Shout out to apps continuing to do very well. Shout out to Apps, man. You know, passing $1 and staying up there. Yeah, passing $1 and staying up there, man. $1. You see that $1 was a very critical level. I mean, it was, you know, trending at 95, 95, 95. It wanted it. It got to 1, and then you had the doji at 1. Hesitation, and boom. You guys remember me telling you about that $1 thing? I think I spoke about that yesterday. $1 on that's a very interesting level for penny stocks, man. You got a lot of people who get excited for that level. Where was that at? Yeah, that's the Foos gold pattern, right? Let me see here. Is that this? Yes, there it is. The Foos gold pattern. $1 share resistance. All right. You see the stock curling up, hitting that $1. You know, you're supposed to look for, you know, kind of an A triangle formation, but sometimes you won't get it. And it pops, and you'll typically get resistance in the 120s, bounce back, and then you could possibly hit 2. All right. Could possibly hit 2. Not going to say that's going to happen for apps. Not going to say it's going to happen because, as you can see, the stock hasn't pulled back at all these last couple trading days. So we'll see tomorrow. You know, we had a 1.72% day on relatively low volume, too. I mean, only 340,000 shares. So that 120 idea, you know, popping from 1, I think he hit it right on the nail with that. So you could see some pullback tomorrow on APPS. Trading Jedi, $1 makes you holler. Oh, shit. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. What happened to iPhone, man? I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me what happened to iPhone yesterday. Today you had the dip buying going on in IFON. Today was all about the dip buys in IFON after that huge sell-off yesterday, which I think caught a lot of people off guard in iPhone, man. I think a lot of people were caught off guard in iPhone. But, you know, here was the sell-off. Here was the sell-off yesterday. Here's the sell-off yesterday, and today from the morning you had buying up until about 10 o'clock, and then it started to fade out. 813, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, Charles? Woody Wright.
Hey, Woody Wright. What's up, man?
I was in Apple yesterday and today, and I sold, call it, you know, because I didn't want to go into earnings.
Huh?
But
why would you not want to go into earnings with Apple?
Only there are some stocks that I studied that when in earnings they normally drop bigger or go up. And I did it a couple times already, but this time I was hesitating. I wasn't at home, you know, I'm at work.
Oh, I mean, if there's one company to go into earnings, I mean, it's Apple. I mean, I feel like that, you know, that's one you want to be in.
Yeah, but listen, what I did now. What I did was I sold like 10 minutes before the market closed today, and then I rethink and said, you know what? Let me use this profit and play the earnings. So like 2 minutes before the market closed, I went back in, and then when I looked after earnings, Apple was down like 2 something. So I'm waiting and see what it open up tomorrow.
Okay.
And see.
Let me see, where are we at after hours? You're saying Apple is down right now after hours?
Yeah, it was down when the market after earnings. It was down like 2.5, something like that.
Okay. Well, I tell you one thing, it won't last at those prices. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You know, Apple, when Apple pulls back, it very rarely lasts. I mean, if you saw last earnings back in what was that? I think when was that? Let me see. You can go back on the daily chart here. Yeah, because I know it's crashed on earnings a couple times. Yeah, there it is. Back in July.
Most of the time it jumps.
Yeah, most of the time it jumps. You're right. Most of the time it jumps. So we'll see what happens, man. I mean, that's after hours. Give it a chance for people to have an opportunity to get into it tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm just gonna wait it out, man.
Yeah.
All right, good show, man.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you for the call, bro.
Tell the people to press the like button. 177 in the room.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Woody. Right. Yeah, everybody press that like button, man. Press that like button right now. If you're enjoying the show, press that like button. Yeah. I guess Apple is down after hours. I mean, Apple typically does well, but the thing about Apple is that, man, the expectations that people put on that company is just ridiculous, man. You know, people expect Apple to like control the whole fucking world. I mean, one product is their fucking business. You know what I'm saying? The Apple iPhone. I mean, besides that, they ain't really got shit. If you really think about it, besides the iPhone, Apple really doesn't have anything. You know? You know, even like their computers aren't as like hot as they were like 10 years ago. I don't hear people talk about Apple computers like they used to. And even people who are obsessed with Apple will tell you that. You know, you've got Apple computers that have been out for like 3-4 years, still on the shelf at full price. You know what I'm saying? Like that one computer that comes in like a black cylinder. You know, it's like it comes in like this black cylinder. That thing's been out for like 3-4 years. They haven't updated it, and that shit is still going for like $2,500, $3,000. Yeah. Oh, they buy it though. Shit. Oh yeah. You know, people who are Apple geeks, they all about it, man. They all about it. And shout out to the people who work at those Apple stores, man. One of my homeboys had got a job there. And I think he went and became like Apple certified and all that other bullshit. But I think he ended up getting fired over some bullshit. But yeah, they pay people pretty good over there too at those Apple stores. Yeah. He said the Apple Watch is fucking dumb. Oh man. Yeah. I remember, man, one of the stupidest things I've ever done, besides when I was 14 years old, I went to a store called Funko. It was called Funko, or was it Funko? I think, yeah, it was some kind of place like that. But I had a Nintendo 64, and I took 12 of my games, and I went there and I traded it for a bullshit fucking game called Flying Dragon. Dude, I till today, dude, my heart burns. Like, how did my mom let me go and trade in Mario 64, 1080 snowboarding, NBA in the Zone, shit, what else did I have? Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I traded in 12 good fucking games, bro. 12 good fucking games for this bullshit Japanese horrible fucking game called Flying Dragon. You guys remember that shit? Going to those stores where you're like, hey, yeah, you can trade in for your game. They take advantage of children, bro. You shouldn't be allowed to trade in games without a parent present. Shit, my parents were present, but your parents should sign off on that shit, man. Because that's all about fucking people over when you talk about trading in games. It's all about fucking kids over. Yeah, it was a horrible trade. And I also traded in GoldenEye. GoldenEye was in there. Perfect Dark. Dude, it was a horrible trade. Horrible fucking trade. Until today, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm still mad about that shit. 704, you're on the air.
What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, listen, so I play earnings on Apple, and I got shitted on, basically. I put about $800 on that damn thing, and it shitted on me. And tomorrow's Facebook. What do you think about Facebook?
Man, I'm actually surprised. I mean, these companies are doing so, you know, Apple's doing so poorly after hours. I mean, again, this is after hours, so let's see what the market does intraday. That's why I won't, tell anybody just to rush in and sell, because you never. I mean, these are going to work their way back. I mean, with this economy and whatnot. But Facebook, I have more. I'm excited about Facebook. I mean, I've always thought that they were the number one social media platform. Period. They know everything about you. They know, who you like, who you don't like, what type of women you like, what type of everything. So I think there's no better internet company right now than Facebook. But we'll see what the data says about what they've been doing.
No, man. I've lost so much on Apple that I'm scared as fuck.
I wouldn't, dude. I wouldn't let what you're seeing right now after hours affect you. Like, honestly, like, if the market's going to be down tomorrow, okay, if the stock is going to be down tomorrow, all right, let it open up, okay, we'll see what happens first, man. I would see what happens, but I don't know if I would run to the, because I don't know, man. I wouldn't sell here. I wouldn't sell here, but that's just me.
Okay. All right. No, that's cool, man. All right, man.
All right. Care. Appreciate it. Oh, my God. We got people panicking. We got people fucking panicking, man. We got people fucking panicking here. We got fucking people panicking here. I understand. All I'm saying is, like, let the stock open up. 704, you're back on.
What? No, this is Don Will, man.
Oh, Don Will, what's up, man?
What's up? I was checking out some news today on Emphasis. It's like a contracting company, but they're based out of India.
What's the ticker?
INFY.
INFY. Infosys. Yep. IT company based out of India. Now, what do you like about it?
Well, they're adding 10,000 jobs to the U.S. market, and they're going to probably get back by that whole H-1 visa bill that Trump's dealing with. So, because I actually used to work for them as a contractor, so I know what type of work they do, and they're one of the largest in India. On top of that.
Wow. So when you worked with them, were there a lot of Indian people working for them?
Oh, 90%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They import them right over here to America, man. It's just crazy. And when I say it's crazy, it is crazy, because it's majority IT stuff. So
now, do those Indians, do they really like know their craft? Because I know India has a really huge problem with, like, guys who are like downloading the test and shit like that, and
yeah, they know half and half, man. They don't know it to the other details of everything. So if you read a manual on how to fix a computer, that's what they know how to do. That's it. Outside of that, they're gonna look at you crazy and say, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, because I know if you go to India, man, I mean, you can go to India in 6 months, come out with, CCNA and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys, those little computer schools over there, I've read reports on this. They'll sell you the answers to all the tests. You literally go in there, $100.
That's what I did.
Yeah. You go in there, give them $100.
I did the same thing. Yeah, I did the same thing. I got an IBM certification. They had found it online, and all you got to do was remember the test, and you pass it.
Wow. And here's the thing, though. You can pay them to go take it. They'll take it under your name and shit like that. But in India, they'll sell you the answers to all those certification tests. But here's the thing, though. I know a lot of employers are they testing people in IT? Like when you go for the interview, do they test you that you actually know your shit, or you just?
Some are doing it, yeah. So like when you do the interview, they give you like little tests and little scenarios, and that's actually what I do, man. I'm a IT contractor, so I get contracts all the time throughout the year, and we talk about 6-figure stuff. Damn. So the high end stuff, you're going to have what we call a subject matter expert, a SME, and usually with those guys, people like me, you got to know what you're talking about. Now you can come in there and kind of figure out and kind of finagle certain stuff. And you know, certain people that get on the interview, it's all about a good talk game, basically.
Yeah.
So if you can get past that and get in the job, you'll figure it out in the first month if you're used to doing some of the work. So yeah, nobody's gonna know it all.
What do you think about you know, brothers getting into like desktop support and shit like that? That should be pretty easy for, you know, brothers to get into it, right?
Stuff.
Yeah,
that's easy stuff, man. I'm actually getting ready to start up a IT group, man, where we're helping young, hopefully just young people, but I find that I need to help anybody that wants to get put on and teach them some of the high level stuff that I work on.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't do nothing less than really 60 per hour to 70 per hour average pay. So
yeah. Now there are not a lot of brothers like you at that level, though, right? I mean, and companies are looking for people like you who know that kind of. Yeah.
I got a deal today with a company out in I forgot the name of the company, but it's in Washington State, and I told them, I said, look, I can come out there, but it's gonna cost you $80 per hour. And I'm only gonna come out there 50% of the time. So, and they were like, "Well, okay."
Wow.
But that's the hustle. You know, these things will last 6 months, but you'll make in 6 months you'll make 60,000, 70,000, or something like that. That's cool. But that's why I come back to here. It's like y'all making money, but this shit not sticking because I need to get on these stocks. I ain't trying to work.
Sure.
So,
sure. I hear you.
I got one more ticker for you. Angie's List. I think it's ANG. What is it? ANGI.
Yep, ANGI. Now this one, I don't know what are they going to do with the ticker now. The company's being bought out. I don't know if it's going to hang around too much longer, but
okay. I was trying to figure out what was going on with it.
Yeah, I think this might go away here pretty soon. So, you know, I don't know if investors will just get cashed out and you'll just end up, for people who are in it, you'll just end up waking up one day and just seeing money in your account or what. But I don't think this is going to be continue to trade any much longer. I know they were combining it with that free website. So, you know, if I'm wrong, though, somebody correct me. But I don't think this is going to be continue to trade.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Other than that, that's it, man. Yeah, I still need to link up with you in Charlotte, man.
Yes, indeed, man.
Yeah, I just got an office in the South Park area, so hopefully soon, man, we can link up. I'm trying to I just moved in this week in the office, so South Park is kind of the ritzy side of things, man.
Oh, nice, man. Appreciate it.
Crazy part about it is me and my family member out there, my partner. We're the only black people out there, and you know they treating us like they hit you with that question. Hey, so what are you guys doing here? What do you mean?
What do you do? Right, absolutely. I mean, you're gonna get questions like that because again, you don't fit the norm. You know what I'm saying? You're not. Yeah. You know, you're not poor. You're not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're probably not riding a hoopty, and you know, so you're curious about what you're doing there. So
it's crazy. Security even tried me. Security was like, well, you can park in visitors. I'm like, Negro, I ain't no visitor. I got an office up here.
There it is, man.
All right, man.
Appreciate it, Don Will.
With you next.
Yes, indeed, man.
All right.
So appreciate it, Don Will, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little, get some info out of him about them IT stuff because, yeah, I think, man, brothers will really be jumping on that IT stuff because you got companies out there, they want to give you an opportunity, especially if you not really making no money and, especially if you earn less than 20 an hour, man. I think that's a good field for somebody who's, looking to get retooled, retrained. Yeah, a lot of opportunities right in that field right now. And even at the higher level, like he just said, 206, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, Sal? Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes, indeed.
Man,
What's up, Mr. Lloyd?
Man, I heard that caller over there panicking about that Apple, and it sounded like me back in the day. And earnings. You got to understand, man. I mean, when you got into the play, you knew it was a 50-50 chance anyway. So, it's almost like going to the blackjack table and putting $5,000 down there, and basically you're taking a guess on that you may be able to beat the dealer, and so that's going to happen when you play earnings. I mean, it's really just 50-50. So I mean, I decided to take a small gamble, and about the 385s for Tesla. So I bought like 20 contracts for $160.
Okay.
And my philosophy is the Trump's philosophy. What the hell do you got to lose? I mean, shit. I've lost playing bullshit ass stocks. What's $100? You know, I'm taking the gamble and hoping that it possibly gaps up.
Yeah.
So
which it
possibly
could.
No logic to it.
Which it really could. I mean, it very well could. You know, do that. We've had, you know, Amazon and some other stocks, you know, double digit, days. So very much so, it could. You could do that.
But you know, I think when I first started playing earnings, which I don't play very often, you know, I use my everyday life to determine whether if it was going to go up or go down. You know, basically what I see the consumers. But you can't. It's more than that. And so if you're basing off how many people you see with iPhones going through the mall, or because you see 10 commercials in a day that the stock is going to go up, there's really no logic to it. So. But that second caller, man, he mentioned ANGI list, and I could have swore. I mean, you talked about ANGI list so bad when you first started the show. Yeah. I thought your eyeballs was gonna turn red.
Man, because I thought it was going to zero. I knew ANGI's list, man. It you know, with all the competition, and you know, you got Google coming into the space where you don't even have to go to that fucking website. You can just Google, hey, contractor, and then look up what motherfuckers, you know, think about their local contractor. So. You know, I thought it was a beautiful short. So it just confirms everything I thought about the company to see the owner sell out here.
Right. And you already knew. I mean, it took them several months for it to happen, but you already knew that, you know, from you know, your theory, it was going to happen eventually. Either they were going to go bankrupt or this was going to happen. So yeah, man, the only play I got into, actually, I bought some AMD, actually on the call side.
Okay.
And it went up for a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, I couldn't sell. I realized that I have any day trades, and so I'm down like $90 in that.
What's your expiration?
And Friday. So
man, I would have given yourself a little bit more time, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got in because I saw the piercing pattern, bullish engulfing, whatever it was on the 10-minute. And it went up for a minute, but unfortunately, I think I should have put the Fibonacci's on there to watch the retracement levels, and I think, you know, it still has some continuation going down. So I think the reason why I don't feel bad because I'm not putting my whole life savings into this thing. So you know, if I lose 100 but make 1,000 2 or 3 days later, and it sort of balances out. So that's why I'm not having a heart attack over $150 or $200, you know, because I'll win big, you know, 1 month, and I'll give it back at the mid-month. And so anyways, but that's all I got to say, man. I appreciate everything, man. And I hope you have a good one. And you guys, I'm about to do some cooking, man, but I'll be on the chat a little bit later.
All right.
Man, I appreciate it.
But hey, Mr. Lloyd, how was everything with the baby last night?
That's tomorrow, man. Tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow. Okay, good.
Man, oh man, shit. I'm all stressed out about it because I'm not really stressed, but I'm nervous as hell trying to do this renovation. And actually, you know what? I don't understand what's the purpose of having a general contractor to do everything in your whole house, because we got 2 kitchens and a bathroom that we're trying to get done inside the home. But the problem is that, you know, I was going to give this guy $75,000, just labor only, to do the entire 2 kitchens, actually the apartment downstairs, and I had about $70,000 in
$75,000, man. You can't find a Mexican to do it for $30.
Right. So I'm getting ready to draw this shit out tonight, because I went to Home Depot and just for the flooring itself, it was like $5,000, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, if I piece this out piece by piece, his numbers aren't equating to the labor to what I'm trying to do. So I'm not feeling too comfortable. I mean, I thought having a general contractor do everything would be, better for me. However, I think I'm getting ripped off, so I'm gonna have to sit back and crunch some numbers and figure things out. But anyways, man, I know people want to hear about some stocks. So, what's your feel about Tesla, man? I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. It's a gamble. How you feel about it?
Let me go back to that chart on Tesla again and look at that.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Every time I have my first initial, like for example, I said I'm gonna buy some calls. 9 times out of 10, it's always the opposite. So if it's the opposite for Tesla, I'm always go with that second thought instead of my first thought, because it's always the opposite thought. But it's that gut feel, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? Have you ever thought about doing a straddle and then selling whatever doesn't work?
Well, here's the thing. With the straddle, man, that stock really, and so this is the good thing about the Thinkorswim platform, and I'll show it to you sometime. When you do a straddle, that stock really has to move in order for you to make some money. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I can cancel the other leg. I guess I can cancel the other leg.
Yeah, immediately. Immediately, because it's going to run throughout the whole day in that particular direction. So I'm saying.
But here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, like,
when you're playing,
you would sell. You would sell that wrong position or the wrong side immediately and let the other position run, which would probably be for a day or two.
Well, here's the thing, and this is actually when you're playing earnings, and I don't know if you play earnings with the option, but what's going to happen is once the news comes out, it's going to make the gap, and as soon as you see the bid and ask, it's going to be so far apart, and if you're not paying attention, you can lose every damn thing. Remember, that's how I lost on CMG when I had a $700 profit. And I went to go sell, and I was negative $200. So I called Thinkorswim, like, what the fuck happened? That's because I wasn't paying attention to the bid and ask because it was so volatile. So you really have to pay attention, and there's a lock button on there you're supposed to hit. So I'm very scared with straddles, especially when you're canceling the legs, because of the bid and ask spread is so far apart. And if I'm buying large contracts, I may not be able to sell without taking a severe loss because of the volatility. Mm-hmm. That makes sense?
I hear you. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
So anyways, man, I ain't gonna do the bat scientist preach, but that's just my feel on it. Ain't no hard feelings, bats. But all right, man, I appreciate it, brother. I'll let you know how things turn out tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
Shout out to Mr. Lloyd, man. Appreciate it. Prayers out to him and his wife tomorrow. Yeah, but I mean, $75,000 for the contractor. Like, I'm telling you right now, you've got some, Mexicans, Guatemalans, Colombians, Nicaraguans who will do as good, if not better of a job for half, 60%. Don't even give them the price. Just let them come in and take a look at it. And they got, trust me, it's not any kind of under the table type shit. I mean, they got all the permits. You know what I'm saying? It's not like 10 years ago where, hey, don't tell anybody or anything like that. These Mexicans, Nicaraguans, they got all the permits now. And they're doing great work. They're doing great work, man. They're doing great work. Had them work on my parents' place. Called this guy in. I can't remember his last name, but I know his first name was Hector. And Hector came in and killed it, man. Killed it. No more water going into the basement. It just was beautiful. And his offer was maybe 30% of what some of these other guys were asking. And it's because they're all about speed, being efficient. They get their products to at lower prices, but more important for them, it's about volume of business. They're not trying to kill it on every single deal. I've learned how they do business. They love the volume. They love staying really busy. They got their guys working with them. They make money on the volume. They're not worried about, I got to kill it. I got to make this amount on every deal. As you know, you can work it out. Yeah. Says last name was Lopez. I don't remember what the guy's. Merrill Trader says 75K is nothing for Mr. Lloyd. Yes, you're probably right. You're probably right, man. I know Mr. Lloyd is loaded. Man. But even rich people are cheap. When Black Lives Matter was getting on Will Smith or some shit like that. Because I think he did some kind of like, he had wore like the shirt or some shit like that, or the sweater. And they were like, yeah, he's trying to come on this dude donated $1,000. I mean, Will Smith, one of the biggest, movie stars in the world, guy donates $1,000. Come on, it's a joke. So everybody's trying to, put out as little as they can. Goes with all things. Need a life soon. Say, Mr. Lloyd, can you adopt me? Alex Montes say you can pay in pesos. Yeah, the peso's getting killed, by the way. I don't know what the peso is now. I know every time he talks about that wall bullshit, and even when Trump started talking about, getting NAFTA repealed, man, that peso got killed. I don't know if you guys play Forex or not in here, but I saw that peso on CNBC. I was like, good Lord. Good Lord. Today's the day to send money to Mexico. That peso was down like 10-something% that day. Everybody was at fucking Western Union. All right. Yeah. Is he pulling those contractors off Angie's list? All right, so let's keep going here. Let me go ahead and introduce this stock. As I said, I'm going to be doing this every night, introducing you guys to a ticker. Shout out to Joe and David over at Investors Hangout. I know I got Joe in the house. I'm sure this ticker is over there at investorshangout.com. I'd like to introduce to you guys this ticker. And this company goes by the ticker NGTF, NTGF, Night Food Holdings. And I will let the CEO describe what they're about. All right. In just a second here. And we'll come back and talk a little bit about it and hear what you guys have to say. All right.
Night food. Now, everyone at one time in their life has had it. I have. The crew has. We're talking about getting the nighttime munchies. That's when my next guest says the unhealthy crave monster rears his ugly, sugary, calorie-heavy head and unleashes a late-night fat attack on our minds and, unfortunately, our bodies, with both paying an unhealthy price. Sean Folkson, the CEO of Night Food, is with us here today. Sean, welcome to New to the Street. Now, for our viewers who may not be familiar with Night Food, give us a kind of an overview of what the company is, what you do.
Well, you mentioned it before, right? Nighttime snacking, it's a big problem, and I think you said, at one time or another, but for most Americans, it's not at one time or another, it's most nights every single week of their lives. So we know that at night, people are exhibiting this unhealthy behavior, they're eating this junk, and we wanted to give people a healthier option. There's plenty of better-for-you snack companies out there. The better-for-you snack space is booming, but even the companies that are manufacturing healthier snacks, nobody's ever thought about what people should be eating in that, hour or two before bed. And we're the first and only company that's delivering better for you snacks that are specifically formulated for nighttime consumption before bed.
There's probably some psychology around that. I mean, we've eaten dinner, not quite ready for bed yet,
right,
that we crave junk at that time.
Right.
And then what have you learned about that?
Right, so it's not a coincidence and it's not a habit. We see this in every developed country in the world. People exhibit the same kind of behavior, right? Breakfast is the healthiest thing we eat typically in the day, and lunch, and as the day goes on, our choices become less and less healthy. And what science has discovered, and they believe to be the case, is that simply Our appetite gets stronger as the day wears on. Our cravings for less healthy foods, more calorie-dense foods.
Our willpower gets weaker, I think, as the day goes on.
Right. So what's happening is your appetite is going up, your cravings for unhealthy stuff are getting stronger, and like you said, your willpower is getting weaker. So it's like the perfect storm at night.
This is a big problem. I mean, health-wise, weight-wise. How big of an issue is this?
Well, a lot of the health magazines, publications, even Weight Watchers, they all identify nighttime snacking as the single biggest weight management issue for most people. And it's really big. 70% of Americans snack regularly at night. The most popular choices are cookies, chips, ice cream, and candy, right? All the stuff you would guess.
Right.
Cookies, chips, ice cream, and candy. And it's over $1 billion every single week is spent on snacking just in that short window between dinner and bed. It's almost half of all snacks are consumed at night, and again, most of it is the unhealthy junk that everybody knows they shouldn't be eating at any time of day. And eating that stuff before bed, it's the worst time of day to possibly be doing it.
So how does night food make healthy choices taste fantastic, like ice cream and cookies and all those things that we love so much?
What we try to do is, we look at what the biology is behind the cravings, what do people crave, and we find ways to satisfy those cravings, but instead of making them energy ingredients and energy boosting stuff, we formulate them to be nighttime friendly. So there's an ingredient that we use called chalcamine. It's a cocoa extract, caffeine free, and it provides all the health benefits of chocolate. Chocolate has a lot of health benefits, but typically
antioxidants,
right, but typically, and mood calming, satisfies cravings. But typically, if you're eating manufactured commercial chocolate, it's typically with loads of sugar and fat and calories. So this cocoa extract helps calm the mind, helps you feel more full on fewer calories. Our products typically are higher in fiber. So all these things work to kind of trick the mind and satisfy the body's cravings, but with an eye on better sleep.
And how can someone find your products or buy your products? Where can they find? Are they in retail stores, online?
Yeah, so we're in a handful of supermarkets right now. We're in the Market Street chain, which is down in Texas, in and around Dallas. It's a division of Albertsons. We're in the Meijer supermarket chain, which is in the Midwest. They've got a couple hundred stores. But really, for most people, we're not throughout the country yet in terms of being in retail. For most people, the best thing is to go online. They can go to buynightfood.com and buy the bars there, and we can ship anywhere in the country.
Thank you so much, Sean Folkson, the CEO, founder of New York-based Night Food. So please come back to New to the Street to learn.
All right, so there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's Night Food. Night Food, ticker symbol NGTF. And here's the interesting thing about Night Food. The share structure is actually really nice. The float as of March 30th, 2017, according here to OTC Market, is only 4.3 million shares. All right, with 29 million outstanding, but the float is 4.3 million shares. 4.3 million shares. All right. 4.3 million shares. All right. Follow them on Twitter if you want. They got a website as well. Here's the Twitter account here. Put that in the chat room. Twitter.com/nightfoodbars. Nice day today on the stock, so something to watch. Today, 148,000 shares traded. Above, it's 7,000. So it looks like the pump has started. The pump has started. So you guys have been alerted. And if this starts to running, if this starts looking like AMFE, if it starts looking like RSII, GIGL, it starts looking like that, you heard it here first on NGTF. All right. Yes, indeed. I guess the CEO was recently interviewed on Fox Business as well. I see here by this recent release. All right, so huge volume bar, as you can see here today. Way above average for this stock. I think that was actually its biggest day. Yeah, that's the biggest day ever since starting to trade. And this is it's a new issue. This really is a new issue. So 20 cents a share here for NGTF. All right. Yes, indeed. All right, so we'll go over a couple other companies, and then we'll get you guys out of here. Today was a very uneventful day. I was still on my LXU. You guys know I've been talking about that. Still short with a nice position, still holding. With LXU, I think I can get another 15 cents out of this. And you guys know I've been bragging about LXU coming down, and I think I got another 15 cent I can grab out of this. I'm already up 2K in it, so coming all the way down. All right, the next one, for those of you guys who like to short as well and wouldn't mind holding overnight, it's TBBK. TBBK, the bank corp, they do like prepaid cards for people who like can't get bank accounts and shit like that. Got really shitty balance sheet. Company is struggling financially, hemorrhaging cash. But they had a better than expected earnings. I think the market overreacted. 2 days of hesitation. I am short in the stock. I'm willing, I think we've got to the top. Today was the first real day of weakness, and I think we're going to see the stock pull back into the high fives for TBBK. So we'll see. RSI is hot. Money flow index on the daily chart is also peaked up at 80. And I think we'll have the stock pull back here over the next couple of days. All right. Yes, indeed. So those are my two plays. Of course, if we see anything that's running tomorrow, I'll try to jump on for a couple percent. But my swings lower, those are it right now. Because again, you're looking for high probability trades. Garbage stocks that are up, that aren't going to be staying up for much longer. That's a high probability that it's going to come right back down with those candlesticks, especially. All right. All right. Take a look at BEBE for a short. I don't like where it's at on the RSI. I don't like where it's at on the RSI. Although retail sucks. I'm 100% with you though. Retail absolutely sucks. But you seem to have a lot of support here, man. You seem to have a lot of support here, and this is prime to get squeezed. That looks like an opportunity to get squeezed if you go in short in something like this. It could break down. It could very well break down, but that's a beautiful chart for somebody who you want to squeeze a shorter. You drop some news. You're the vice president, COO. You drop some news, and good night. To your position. Oh, they're closing all their stores? Oh, well, see, okay, that changes some things. That changes some things. Somebody gave me some information. They're closing all their stores, like every single one of them? Let me look at the 1 year chart here. Yeah, see, you got even prior support at these prices. Look at that. Going back to May of 2015. So that's still dangerous now that I look at the chart. Still. And look what it did after some time at those low prices. See how it had a powerful move out of the range? You'd be running the cover, man. You'd be running the cover. You want to short, you want to short stocks that are up huge, that have weak balance sheets. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get into shorting, you don't want to get squeezed. That's your biggest fear. So if you watched Investors Live, Nathan Mashad talks about going in small and then adding over time as the stock goes your way. That's what you do when you short, in my opinion. That's because that's what I do. 206, you're on the air. What's up?
Man, I just had to look through the filings real quick and NGTF, and I just want to put a word of caution out there because they filed for S1 for more for public offering. It looks like they have an amendment that was done on April the 24th, extending the looks like the says the proposed date from this time day forward. Looks like they delayed the offering, and the reason why I'm cautioning this is because INV. You remember when I was up $5,000 and the S1 went into effect, and my 5,000 became 2,100. Now down to nothing. So I don't know what the CEO's plan is, but if people are going to get in this, they have to watch those filings, because as soon as this S1 comes into effect, they're going to trade in those shares, and the stock is going to plummet. That's just my opinion, but I just wanted to share that, and maybe you can possibly get some insight on that, what you think about it.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Mr. Lloyd for bringing that up. I wasn't aware of that. But again, yeah, always do your research on all these plays. So shout out to Mr. Lloyd for catching that. But yeah, that'd be, a horrible thing to have to deal with, especially if you're up huge. And that'd be a question you would want to, give the management. You know what I mean? Instead of just kind of sit on the sidelines. Give them a call and ask. Send an email, or preferably call, because these are OTC companies. You pick up the phone, you dial in. I mean, the CEO is like right behind the secretary, if they even have a secretary. Sometimes I've had the CEO pick up the phone. So these companies are not dense. They don't have that many people for you to have to deal with, and that'd be an excellent question to ask them. Hey, I'm interested in purchasing shares in your company. I like what you're doing. I have a question about, possibly some incoming dilution. Where do you stand with that? Are you guys going to be, putting out shares to raise cash here soon, or what's the issue? It's your money. Have a good night, Astrid. Have a good night. I'm going to get you guys out of here in just a bit. I'm going to start calling up. I'm going to start getting back to the 8:30 time, by the way, too. I'm going to start getting back to the 8:30 time. All right, so I can be out of here by 10. Let me see here. PTs. What else? Yeah, the NASDAQ just been really shitty. Like the low-cost NASDAQ plays just haven't been there, They just have not been there. Very, very frustrating. Yeah, very, very frustrating. Somebody mentioned STM. Yeah, STM is still killing it. STM is still killing it. I still recommend STM as a nice little swing. I think you can get 17 here, possibly even 18. It's still very likely for STM. Find out when earnings is for STM though. Do your research. Find out when earnings is. Alex Montes, RCHA. Yeah, man, that thing needs volume, man. That thing needs like 50 million. That's what RCHA needs. It needs like 50 million. That's what that shit needs. But here's the thing, though. It'll probably get it one day. It's a little lottery ticket. 313, you're on the air. What's up?
Y'all calling about that sitting job.
Look at this motherfucker, man.
You must got.
Get your bitch ass off my damn line, man.
Get out of here, you damn nigga.
Shit. Let's get back to these stocks, man. Let me see here. Twitter. TWTR. Yeah, Twitter is spiking. You guys remember Twitter is spiking because they had actually an earnings surprise, and then the CEO actually bought some shares. I think he bought, what was it, like 15 million worth or some shit like that? Some shit like that. Yeah, and then you got people getting squeezed in that too. CHCI. Ooh, nice day for that stock. Look at that. What a candle. You got buyers rejecting those higher prices, but still, nice gain for the stock. Actually got up to as high as 240. What's the overall? All right, so obviously, as you can see, the stock doesn't hold gains very well. So if you're up big, I'd definitely take the profit right now. If you're up big, I'd take the profit right now. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day to see what was it? Why was it up? I don't even see any real news. So we'll see what happens on CHCI. 9.5. There it is. Thank you, African Emporium. Yeah, I remember that. I think actually, yeah, African Emporium posted up about that. And I remember responding that, yeah, he needs to buy 9.5 million shares. That's what he needs to do. But the stock is definitely responding accordingly to earnings, as well as him buying a position in the company, a bigger position in the company. 401, you're on the air.
Yeah, what's going on, Sal? It's Joe.
Hey, Joe, what's up with you, man?
Not much, man. Yeah, no, I was listening in. I figured I'd give you a call.
Yes. I'm sure you got some, and I know you guys don't trade, but, and for those of you guys who don't know, this is Joe for Investors Hangout. So for those of you guys who sign up, this is the guy who runs the site. So I appreciate you calling in. But yeah, I'm sure you got some interesting tickers that have, come across your desk at all?
I mean, we go through so many every day.
Yeah.
Well, not every day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, there's some things that catch my attention. But like what I was thinking was how you were talking about Twitter just now.
Mm-hmm.
That thing right there, I just can't understand it. I always thought it was like better than where it's at, or at least it should be, anyways.
I think it's a very valuable, website, but the companies had a hard time monetizing it because, man, at the end of the day, you do have a lot of trolls. You have a lot of fucking trolls. You got a lot of, people who, don't show their faces and just spam and post racist shit, and so. How do you monetize that? You know what I mean? You don't know these people. Half of them are using fake names. And I think the investment community just is kind of frustrated in that aspect of the business.
Well, how it goes. I mean, you figure we're running a website that's sort of, you know what I mean? We have aliases, and then we're monetized.
Yeah.
So it's all pay-per-click on there.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, like, advertisement revenues that are there from, like, different companies.
Mm.
But, I mean, they could do something like that. But, I mean, at the same time, you got to figure everybody and their mother has a Twitter account.
Sure.
Everybody, like, you're watching, like, CNBC, all these other things, and there's always, everybody's like, oh, follow me on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's definitely, it's a lot more valuable than people, like, portray it to be, at least. That's my opinion on it.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. It's the fastest way to get information. I mean, there's no fast way to spread information than on Twitter. I mean, you use a hashtag and everybody's on the same page. And that's a very, very valuable, business right there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And then I've been pretty much missing the show a lot of times because a lot of it is, due to my children.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for some reason, my kids just don't want to go to bed early enough. So a lot of times I'll tune in right towards the end and miss a lot of it. But, I mean, I heard, from 10:30 on, or maybe a little earlier than that today. So I heard, like, Mr. Lloyd calling in about his contractors.
Yes.
That thing right there. I would, if I was him, I would just play the contractor yourself, because, like, say, when I had my last child right here, I lost my office, so I had to, build out an office.
Mm.
I did all the contractor myself, and I did a lot of the work, but I saved tons of money by doing that.
Mm.
Just frame it out, or, have somebody come in, frame it out, and then you do, have the electrician come in, then you insulate it, have the, the guy come in and do the sheetrock. Just basically doing all the piecework, man. Pay everybody separately. You'll save tons.
Nice.
Nice. It all comes down to saving that money, man. That way you can retire early.
Right.
And
That's
it
what I'm
doesn't
saying.
matter how much you have. You always want to.
Right. Continue to have it and put out as little as possible to get your things done.
Right.
Hey, Joe, speak a little bit about like Investors Hangout. Like, how did you guys? I don't want to turn it into an interview. I know you got things to do, but like, how did you guys come up with the concept and get the stock? Get the site focused on OTCs. What even brought it up for you?
I think a lot of it was we were, like, when we were day trading and everything else, we would see a lot of these companies that we'd be invested in just getting ripped apart. And we were just pretty much like, enough's enough. And somebody pretty much had to step up and do it. So that's why we just said, let's just make it happen.
Mm.
So it's been a long road, a lot of dedication, a lot of long sleepless nights, but it pays off.
Sure.
And at the same time, just kind of instilling that integrity, because it's each one of these companies, they do in a sense need that chance, to get their name out there. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you get ripped apart within Google searches.
Yeah.
When you sit there and you research that company and you got some schmuck that's getting paid to pretty much bring it down for their own selfish needs. So that's how that bad boy goes. So, you've been around the stock market.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I deal with it all. Like you were saying today, like the stuff that Twitter deals with. I deal with that on a daily basis with different members.
Yeah.
We're always got to kick somebody to the curb.
Yeah. Have you ever had to do that with a member who's been on the site for a while?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. It comes down to us following a certain protocol, I guess you could say, or say it's more or less like a crossing guard. You put out the stop sign, the person keeps going. Well, guess what? You just got into an accident. I just follow the same routine. It doesn't matter who the person is. I'm going to do the same thing. If my mother was on there bashing a company, guess what, Mom? You're not going to be able to post anymore. You need to go. Go kick it at home.
Right. No, I hear you.
It's pretty much just comes down to following through and just doing like equality. You know what I mean? Across the board. It doesn't matter who the person is. If somebody needs to chill out a bit, then obviously that's what needs to happen, I guess.
Sure.
But we're not sitting there pressing on people either.
Yeah.
We obviously we want people to use the site and implement it. So we're not. I don't look to ban people.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, I understand. And there's a fine line between, guys who are just excited about their position and guys who are just looking to, get people to pad their positions. And, so I get what you're dealing with.
Yeah, because it goes both ways, too, because you got to figure, you'll have some people that are bringing legitimate concerns towards the company, but yet then they'll get attacked, So it's like... weeding through the middle ground, I guess. And that's why it's good with David and I, we both don't trade stocks, so we're always playing that middle ground where we're kind of seeing it from, from that middle, I guess you could say, the discussion from the middle. It's always like being the freaking school monitor, I guess you could say.
Right. And so what, Joe, would you say for the OTC traders in the room, what is the number one, thing that if you see or you don't see that in an OTC stock that says, okay, that stock right there, it's a fucking scam?
A lot of things with me, going back from when I was investing, if they were filing and things like that, I could understand if they're starting to file and getting their shit together. But for the most part, if the company hasn't filed in 5 or 7 years and all of a sudden it's just running out of nowhere, guess what? There's a good chance you're going to buy into that and be stuck there.
Yeah.
Basically, what's that game where you used to run around the chairs, and everybody's pulling the chair out? Well, eventually you're not going to have that chair and you're basically going to be stuck.
Damn.
And it's you have that happen to you a few times and you'll learn your lesson.
Absolutely.
It really comes down to due diligence and paying attention.
There it is, man.
Wow.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for calling, man. I really appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, hey, likewise, man. Keep up the great work, man. I enjoy the show, all the listeners and everybody that participates in your show, man. I love it. It's awesome.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, man. You have a nice night.
You as well. So shout out to Joe at Investors Hangout for calling in. Let me tell you guys right now, this show wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't have done as much as we've been doing, or I've been doing. I say we like I got a motherfucking team behind me or some shit. It's just me. But, you got to think big. So I say we. You know what I'm saying? We got to think big. You know what I mean? Shit. So with that said, man, thank you, David, for that. Thank you, David and Joe. David and Joe. That was Joe on the phone, but David and Joe are part of the team. And both of those guys come in here from time to time. So, yes, indeed. So let's get back. We'll go look up a couple more tickers, and I'll get you guys out of here. People still buying at pups, man. Big Money Mike and his Twitter army are really, getting people to buy this thing, man. Somebody's buying this shit. Somebody's buying this, PUPS. And it's so funny because Joe just got off the phone talking about, companies that don't file shit and don't submit any filings, haven't updated in a while. This is a company that, it is an OTC company, but even the worst of the worst of them, you'll be able to find some kind of 10K or filing out there. This has nothing. This stock has absolutely nothing out there. You don't know anything about this company. And sure enough, the stock is running. So, it just lets you know how foolish some people can be sometimes. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. WE. I don't know what WE is. I'm not seeing anything on. You're looking for the next ELED? ELED, looking for the next. You let me know what the next ELED is, man. ELED was another one of those, triple to, to what is it now? 5 cents, man. That's another, what, $3,000 gainer. 3,000%, excuse me, gainer. Yeah. All right. So again, I remember LOTE from yesterday. LOTE with a decent day today. LOTE, another OTC play. We'll see where it is. We talked about Players Network. Players Network still doing all right, man. Still doing all right. But I understand nobody wants to jump in on anything where you missed the boat on it. But, this was a beautiful break out of that neckline resistance here. Look at that, man. That's, oh, wow, beautiful play. Beautiful play on PNTV. Would have been a real nice play there. When did that happen? April 21st. All right. April 21st. Okay, so there it is, guys. Another NASDAQ play, which was probably the only NASDAQ play you could really jump in today, was CDXC. CDXC, 382 a share. Pay attention to this tomorrow. He had a really good day. 3.6 million on the volume. That's almost 300. That's actually 3 times what it's actually a lot more than that. 6 times what it usually trades. Here's the 5-minute chart of the action today. Absolutely beautiful, man. Look, this is I know Tyson Batts isn't in here, but this is Tyson Batts 2 o'clock, chart. When you talk about 2 o'clock, it's a little bit, had a higher range in the morning, but it started to do the 2 o'clock at about 10:30, and what a beautiful trade, man. What a beautiful, beautiful trade. CDXC, and that was probably the only real ride and go stock I saw on the market today where you kind of had to just set it and forget it. But again, this kind of came late to me. And as the chart is building up throughout the day, you don't actually see this. You can't tell this is going to happen. You can't tell this is going to happen. And shout out to Stock God, because as you can see here, here's his strategy. You can actually see it right here. Stock God's strategy. As you can see here, you've got the range and his strategy here, and you got the squeeze higher. So there it is. I know Stock God's not in here, but that's his play. That's how you would have played that. And that coincides with, again, low volume. Right, so low volume, and then the squeeze, and then the pop with the volume coming back into the stock and people jumping in on the breakout of the morning high. All right, that's how you would have played that. Nice play too, by the way. You see the resistance dies off, settles in, and then you either pop back higher, and then you would sell there. You know, who knows that this would have kept going, but nice play. All right. GAHC. Again, shout out to Stock Guide, and go to his videos, man. Subscribe to his stuff. More people need to watch his stuff, man. More people need to watch his stuff, because it takes a lot of fucking, you know, not necessarily discipline, but a lot of, gosh, what's the word for it? Day trades. That's the only thing. His strategy takes day trades, man. I mean, you'll be out of day trades in no time with his strategy. That's the only downside. SPWR bringing out in the chat room. Nice day for SPWR, 5 minutes. Nice day for that stock as well. 2 o'clock showing nicely on that one. 718, not the cheapest in the world, but nice day for that. Almost up a quarter. Up a quarter for 3%. All right. Well, appreciate it, guys. You guys know tomorrow, Wednesday, is my day off. I'll be back Thursday. Same time, same place. I'm actually going to be up on Thursday a little bit earlier. So I'm going to start trying to come a little bit earlier than you know, this kind of 9 o'clock-ish, 10 o'clock-ish. Actually, 10 o'clock-ish time I've been coming lately. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the show. Shout out to Q-Tech, Random Stock Run, Chris Lee, Kenny Dutton. Everybody press like. Most of you already have, but if you haven't, go ahead and press like right now. I appreciate it. Africa Emporium, thank you so much, sir. Dom Will, thank you for the call, man. Mr. Lloyd, thank you for the call. Bad Scientist. Man, I wish I had Bad Scientists. I'll have you on to talk. We'll talk CBIS on Thursday. Hopefully, we got a good day on CBIS. I've been looking at it, because it's got what could be a nice setup, but I don't know, man. It's not acting right. That's the only problem. All right. Rohan Swift, thank you, sir. Need a life soon, thank you. Brooks, thank you. Add to Leon, appreciate it, man. SC Trucker, thank you, sir. See you guys, same here. Chris Lee, appreciate it, man. Craig G. These guys will probably be in the Discord room. They may do their Discord thing tonight. They typically do it every night. Let me invite you over to the Discord room with this link here. Some of you have already become members. Some of you haven't. Please press subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Here's the link to the Discord room. That is our 24/7 stock chat room and message board. Quantavious Linear, appreciate it, man. Relative 9696. Joseph, thank you. Appreciate the call, man. Travi, Mag, Bill Betts, all the people who were watching earlier. Appreciate it. Take care, everyone. I'll see you guys next week. Oh, Wednesday. Say next week. Wednesday. Take care. Thursday. Fuck. See, when you work at home, you forgot the fucking days of the... Thursday. See you guys Thursday. Take care.